Hey guys, today I'm making an episode entirely about Black Ops, and I'm kind of cheating a bit with the recording here. I'm using one of my previous YouTube videos and gameplay as far as streaming goes, so basically you're just going to be watching one of my older streams, so that's what the gameplay is, and hopefully while recording this I get to talk a little bit about um, what I hate about Black Ops 3 and what I like about Black Ops 3. I'm hoping to keep this video kind of short, but it may end up running about 15 minutes or something like that. And I ultimately have a couple things to really go in depth about, so this is going to be my overall top 10 things I hate about Black Ops 3, and then I'm going to have the next part of this be the top 10 things I like about Black Ops 3. Hopefully. So, anyway, without further ado, or actually, you know what, I'm going to split them into two separate videos instead of one, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so I bought Black Ops 3 around when it came out, I think the day of, when it released or launched early, I was there at Thursday at night, and I got the game, and I had already played the beta, which I was really pleased with. So upon getting the game and playing it until where it stands now, I have a bunch of things that I really don't like about the game. So the things that I absolutely don't like go as follows. Number 10 is campaign. The campaign was pretty crappy. It had nothing to do with the other two Black Ops games, which were kind of successive, and Black Ops 1 was a direct, well, almost sequel to the World at War game from Treyarch, so it referenced a lot back to World at War. Black Ops 2 referenced back to Black Ops 1, so it continued where Black Ops 1 left off, and Black Ops 3 has nothing to do with anything at all, except for one mention of Menendez, who was in Black Ops 2. So other than that, it is completely not a sequel and not a continuation of the other two games, and the campaign itself is very hard to understand, not well established, has no clear point, no clear objective, and it's just basically summarized up to a lot of people just doing stuff. It really doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't do anywhere close to a good amount of explaining how the campaign is running and what it's there to do. It's not clear-cut and simple like MW3 or Modern Warfare 3 or Modern Warfare 2. It doesn't have a clear bad guy. It has many bad guys. There's a lot going horribly wrong for the campaign, and I don't like any of it at all. I would have much rather preferred something that continued off of where Black Ops 2 was headed and something around that nature, rather than continuing this completely new, completely random, totally unrelated story that is pretty terrible in my opinion. I just didn't like the story. I had to get this story explained to me by Ian in order for me to make truly good sense of it, and overall I'm just massively underwhelmed by the campaign, and I was left uninterested the entire time while playing the campaign. So, the next one is camo unlocks. So, the camo unlocks in guns, most of these are multiplayer related. The camo unlocks on guns was around since Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. But my issue is in regards to camo unlocks via working for the camo rather than upgrading the gun. So instead of doing the Modern Warfare 3 style where you would simply level up your gun by simply using the gun, you could get camos that would unlock at each level that your gun was, and this would reset via prestige. So I think they could have improved on this by, once you get the camos, it stays that way and you've maxed out the gun like Black Ops 3 is doing. However, I don't appreciate having to unlock the gold camo on all guns in order to get diamond camo and then get diamond camo on all guns to get the dark matter camo. I usually like to stick with one gun, and that's it. I don't like to stick or to use multiple guns unless, you know, I feel like it. Usually, people who play the game are able to play how they want via using the gun that they feel is most accustomed to them. Ali A uses a bunch of crappy guns sometimes. Zach loves to use all the guns that everyone hates or are crappy, you know, the ones that do shoot marshmallows or stuff like that. That's how he has a good time. Some people like to use various weapons, and don't get me wrong, it might be a really fun mechanic for others to go and unlock all the camos on all the guns. But for me, personally, I think it's a humongous waste of time, and the dark matter camo is cool and all, but I don't see myself ever playing with all the crappy guns and all the good guns just to get all the camos, just to get dark matter. It's not something I find fun. I like using the one gun that I get, and being able to unlock down the tree like Modern Warfare 3 had, and just get all the cool camos via unlock. Don't get me wrong, the cool camos that you can get from the supply drops or black market are interesting and valuable and neat. And so if dark matter was able to be unlocked via the supply drop, I wouldn't be complaining so much. Also, speaking of camos, the dark matter camo is the only one to receive a color boost and overhaul and brightness boost, so every other camo is kind of really dark, hard to see, and really just kind of crappy looking as far as the animations go. I think they need to be brighter, I think they need to be crisper, I think they need to be like more visible, stuff of that nature. I think they need an overhaul because they're kind of underwhelming. Anyway, next one is specialist outfits. I don't like this for the same reason, but this isn't actually... This goes hand in hand with the camo unlocks, so I'm going to put those together. So camo unlocks and specialist outfits, like the hero outfits for all the specialists, require you to use multiple specialists in order to unlock all their outfits on all the specialists, in order to get the one outfit for the one specialist that you like to use the most. If I want to use Firebreak and have his like hero outfit, I have to go and use everybody else and get all their outfits and then do the challenge for all of theirs in order to get the challenge for the Firebreak outfit and helmet so that I can use the gold Firebreak or something of that nature. That seems a load of crap to me because I don't want to ever use Nomad. I think he sucks. I don't ever want to use freaking Prophet because I can't get kills with him at all. He's terrible. It requires a lot of precision. Same with Seraph. I don't like her either. There's a lot of specialists I just don't like. I'm a big fan of Firebreak, Spectre, Ruin, and Outrider. Those are my top 4. I don't like any of the others. I think they're all a waste of time. And they were cool for a while, but they're really just not my favorite anymore. And I don't want to have to use all of them when my go-to is Firebreak, because I'm a fire type of guy. Anyway, having to go in and unlock all that stuff is just a waste of time, and I think that when you work a long time with a specialist, all the outfits that are possible should either be black market or unlocked via just progressing with that character alone. And once you're finished, I don't think an extra outfit should be unlocked via completing all the other specialists, because I don't see myself using any of them in the near future unless I feel like messing around. The movement system is one of the most irritating things, so this is, I don't even know what number this is, but basically we're on, okay, campaign was 10, camo unlocks and specialist outfits was 9, the movement system is number 8, so number 8 is the movement system. I don't like the movement system. I didn't like it in Advanced Warfare, and I don't like it in Black Ops 3. I'm one of the few people to say that I don't like it. I know Ian, my friend, loves the movement system, and he thinks it's really cool because it encourages people to not camp so much. But I think the glory days of not being able to jump really high or anything like that in the older Call of Duties was where they hit their sweet spot. I don't think vastly improving the movement system was a good choice, because in Advanced Warfare, I found myself commonly playing the classic playlist where you couldn't use exos much more than anything else, and Ghosts only just gave you the ability to slide, but other than that, the movement system was the same as all the other Call of Duties before Advanced Warfare / EXO days, where they tried to copy Titanfall. I think Titanfall as a game encouraged Call of Duty to adopt a better movement system as well, so that they could compete with it. And that's why they wanted to take the more futuristic approach, because that's what the market was asking for. I don't agree with this. I think the market needs more older Call of Duties, or ones that are set in World War II, or maybe a Modern Warfare 4. I don't know, they could potentially do really good with that. Anyway, I just don't like the movement system. It gives people the ability to like jump all over, like above you and then end up behind you, and then you have to track where they just landed, or finding an alternate path to go around where your enemy is. So you're shooting at one guy and then you get killed from behind, and then you shoot at another guy after you spawn, and then you get killed immediately right from the behind again. So I just don't like that people can be all over the place all at the same time, and there's no clear-cut paths or places to defend against, because they're always on the move and always everywhere all at once. I just don't like it. It screws with my ADHD having to keep track of where everyone is, and overall it's just more frustrating, and I liked it when it was more simple and less complicated with the new movement system. The guns in this game honestly feel like the most underpowered thing, so that is the number 7 on my list. The guns are disappointing. Every gun in this game feels like it came straight out of a cartoon. They all sound really terrible. They all look really terrible. And I think, honestly, the worst gun in the game that they could have done really well with was the Car 98K, what do they call it? The Arc 7 or something like that, which they renamed to the Car 98 or something stupid. The AK in this game, basically. I really think they did a massively underwhelming sound take for the AK, because it sounds like it's shooting staples. It sounds terrible. It's the worst sound I've ever heard assault my ears. It doesn't sound like the crisp sound of the AK-47 in MW3. It sounds like a crappy one that shoots BBs, okay? It doesn't feel like a real gun. It doesn't look like a real gun. The sights are appalling, and it's just like, take the AK and then make it look really crappy and sound really terrible, and that's what it is. And I'm a big fan of the AK in real life, so I like AKs that look good and feel good and operate good, and that gun is everything but. It's another one of the crappy AKs in a series of games that did the AK a tremendous disservice, when it's such a pretty good gun. Matchmaking system is number 6 on my list. The matchmaking system is pretty gosh dang awful. I think the matchmaking in this is the worst out of all the matchmaking in Call of Duty, because it matches you up with people with your same internet connection as the primary, and skill level is the secondary, so it primarily just matches you up with people who are supposed to have the same internet connection as you, and even that kind of fails, and I get into matches that are really insanely laggy for some reason, and then that's it. And I was like, I thought it was supposed to match me up with things that are never like this. There was a rumor going around that my friend told me, where if you get into one lobby and then you back out because you don't want to play in that lobby, the lobby goes to the bottom of the matchmaking list, so that there's no chance of you being put back in that lobby ever again. And that's not true, because I've gotten put into the same lobby multiple times, just like all the other CODs, so that's fake. That's false. I don't believe it, because I have counter evidence. Anyway, and as you can see, I'm using the AK. I don't have sound, though, because I'm probably talking in the stream, so I didn't want to catch that. Anyway, so the next one is the graphics. The graphics, honestly, are pretty... I don't know how to explain it. You can just see for yourself. They look kind of cartoon-like. I feel like the graphics, as we got later into the Call of Duties, felt more cartoon-like. It felt... I don't know how to explain it. It just looks too colorful, and it's not grainy or appealing or nostalgic looking like the older Call of Duties. And, you know, the best way I can explain this is the points show up in the color blue, and they look kind of holographic and futuristic rather than the classic yellow and the old time war movie grainy look that the older Call of Duties tended to have. I know the graphics in the older ones aren't perfect, and the graphics for Black Ops 3 on PS3 are drastically underwhelming compared to the Black Ops 3 on PS4. So I'm not saying the graphics are terrible. I say I just don't find them appealing. I like the older looking Call of Duty better than the new one. I just don't like the way the graphics look. Yeah, sure, they're like really cool looking, but I think Ghosts takes the cake as the best graphically Call of Duty on the next gen system. I think it looks the best graphically out of all of the other ones. I think Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2 had great graphics, don't get me wrong, but it looked like it was Borderlands graphics or cartoon-like, and I just don't like it. I think it needs to look more grainy or realistic. And the point color needs to go back to yellow. I don't know why they changed it, but just to be honest, yellow or white are the best point colors for me. I really don't like anything else. I also liked the sound that would play every time you would get an unlock in Modern Warfare 2 and 3. It would play that little guitar riff, and I thought that was really cool. And now it's just some dinging noise. The zombies is number 4. I don't even care about which number we're on. This is just my list. Zombies is on the list. I don't like the zombies mode in this game. I liked it back in the olden days where it was simple, where all you had to do was survive in World at War, Nazi zombies. That game mode was just you buy guns out of the mystery box, and you buy guns off the wall, and you just try to do your best to survive, and that's all it takes. And you see how high you can go. Now it's all about getting these gate worms to unlock these swords that you get. That it's so complicated. There's these wraiths that fly around, there's meatballs that chase you, there's a Morgua, which makes no sense, there's a robot helper that you have to build, there's all these wonder weapons that you have to assemble, there's all this crap that you have to do that just isn't fun. It's not simple anymore. It's not just survive. It's go and assemble a shopping list that you would get from some idiot in a Kmart, okay? It looks like a do this, then do this kind of list of things. If I wanted to do a list of things or do all this complicated stuff or something like that, I'd play Fallout or Skyrim because they do it right. Zombies shouldn't be more complicated than, I don't know, the buying weapons out of the off of the wall, out of the mystery box, and then pack-a-punching them. And Perca-Colas. That's about as far as I'm going to go, because after that, it just got all complicated, and then you had to do these series of steps and assemble these parts, and it was just, it's too complicated. I don't like it. I liked World at War Zombies the best. It makes the most sense, and Black Ops 2 Town, that map, just the town portion of the transit map in Black Ops 2 was my favorite map. I didn't like any of the DLC's maps. I just liked that map because it was simple and it wasn't too complicated. And yeah, I just don't like the new version of Zombies, and I don't like that I have to pay $49 for a season pass just to get the map that all my friends actually do like playing. And I just don't like it. 2 maps for Zombies on launch is kind of pitiful, but whatever. The next one is online modes. I have a big complaint about online modes. Most of the online modes are pretty much the same. I liked Modern Warfare 3's online drop zone, where kill streaks weren't earned through kills, but they were earned through drops that both teams would fight over in a zone. I can't say a single time where I didn't go incredibly positive and have a lot of fun all at the same time. It was just a load of crap. It was a load of fun. You got to try out all the kill streaks, and to crappier players who can't earn those kill streaks very well, getting to use them via just getting lucky and getting that supply drop is really fun to me. I thought that was a great game mode, and they took it out, and I miss it. And I also don't like the fact that there's no classic game mode where people can't do the jetpack jump that everyone loves to spam the crap out of in Black Ops 3. I don't like that that mode is missing because it was in Advanced Warfare and now it's gone. And last but not least, if you're in a party, you cannot play hardcore free-for-all or regular free-for-all. If you have one other person, like, say, me and Ian get together in the game, we can't play free-for-all anymore because it's banned to parties. Because, oh, they think you're going to go and boost in the corner of some crap, which I think is kind of annoying because, to be honest, there should be a parties playlist and a no parties playlist with the same game modes. To be honest, you know, I think that free-for-all should be available for parties and not for parties at the same time. So if people don't want to have those people who are annoying and boosting in the corner, then that's how that should go. And to be honest, you should be responsible and not be having to boost unless you're a stupid child who wants to drop a kill streak or something like that. And that's just ridiculous. I find that incredibly frustrating, and I think the reason boosting came around was because in-game unlocks became harder to get, so that constituted more people to have to boost. But in Modern Warfare 3, there was really no reason to boost other than to get kills, which is easy enough as it is. And if you wanted to drop a kill streak, that was really cool. Just play Drop Zone and hope you get lucky to drop one, you know? Rather than having to earn the camos, which they boost for, the kill streaks, which they boost for. All that crap encouraged boosters, so just banning the playlist isn't the solution. Making things simpler to earn, or going back to what Modern Warfare 2 and 3 and World at War and Black Ops 1 did, is a better approach. Map rotations are the #1 most frustrating thing in Black Ops 3. I think I hate map rotations the most out of anything else. Map rotations are frustrating mostly because the maps are repetitive over and over and over and over. I always end up playing Combine like 10 times in a row, and then I end up on the map that's showing on the gameplay now, or I end up playing Combine for like 20 matches in a row, and then I end up playing freaking Fringe for the other 20 matches before I straight up get bored. And some of the maps are just plain not appealing to me at all. Like, there's the other maps that are in the game I just simply don't like. Like, seriously. I don't like Redwood, I don't like Aquarium, I don't like the one with the water that you can swim through and end up in... I don't remember what map it is, but you do a lot of swimming, and it looks kind of like Redwood. It's out in kind of the forest area, and there's like a big building in the middle that people fight in, and it's just a camp fest, and it's a retarded map, and I just don't like the map. But the rotations are frustrating because Combine is always on rotation. Fringe is always on rotation. You never play maps like Metro or anything like that because Combine and Fringe are always on rotation. And the new maps coming up don't really bring anything new to the table. They're not appealing to me. They're just nothing to spend $40 on. I don't plan on getting the season pass for this game. And I think they overall didn't do a very good job in so many aspects, and I think that it's about time we stop with the futuristic crap and just go back to what was cool about Call of Duty, which was the olden day look, the balanced guns, and all that stuff. Because I have a lot of good things to say about Modern Warfare 3. I could use almost every gun in that game really well. All of them felt real, sounded good. All the maps were actually really large, and weren't necessarily all close quarters kind of combat, and it looked more realistic, it looked more modern, it looked like real places, and these places look fake. They aren't like relatable, they don't look anything like what you would imagine real life to look like. This looks like, I don't know, a futuristically overhauled Dubai at the moment in this map. I don't see the realism. It looks fake. This doesn't look like a real place to me. I don't like the maps, I don't like the way they rotate, and overall I just feel like it's too futuristic and cartoony for me. And it's becoming more like Halo and Titanfall than what it used to be, which was COD 4 or Modern Warfare 2 or modern-ish. I don't like the futuristic new take, and I don't think it's appealing anymore. I got bored of it ever since Ghosts, which was supposedly supposed to be pretty far into the future, but it still took a realistic approach where people weren't jetpacking around and double jumping. It was pretty reasonable. I think that overall, Ghosts was the last realistic Call of Duty, and I think they did the best out of all of the next-gen Call of Duties. I think Ghosts, in my opinion, after playing it for as long as I have, and truly experiencing it for as long as I have, I think Ghosts was the best out of all the 3 next-gen COD games that have been released. So that is my ultimate opinion. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to all I have to say, and I will talk to you guys sometime later. Peace out.